Well, as a new creator, there's like million things that goes in your mind. Let's say 1,000 things goes in your mind, right? But focusing on the niche is one of the things which can actually help you fast forward your growth. And in this video, I'll tell you 3 reasons why I think dialing down on the niche is one of the first things you should do, especially if you're just starting on YouTube in 2025. And 2 of those things would be for the benefit of the channel as well as your brand. And 1 thing would be just for you, like as a creator as well as a person. So let me explain why I'm saying that. First thing first, like the reason we get on YouTube is twofold. 1, we want digital presence. We want to express ourselves. And the other undeniable factor is the monetization, the money, and whatever it brings, like fame and money. Now, the problem that brings is whenever we're trying to create a video, we actually see the creators that we like and we think, yeah, maybe I can create similar video. Let's say not comparing ourselves to Mr. Beasts of YouTube, because that's the video quality as well as the production of the impact that they have, the production quality as well as the money that goes into those videos is way too high, and no sane person would be able to say, I want to be like Mr. Beast, what he is right now in 2025. Maybe when he just started out, you can be like that, but even then that won't be relevant, because when he was starting out, YouTube was not so complicated. I wouldn't say it wasn't hard, but there was not too much competition. And that's actually a factor which we should consider when starting out. So we should obviously look at what we want to achieve, where we want to be, like Mr. Beast, Marcus, or any other creator that you follow. It could be your aspiration that this is the level you want to achieve. But the strategy that you would need to take to actually be there would be very different compared to when they were starting out. So you have to understand that. Now, the second thing, which is the reason I wanted to discuss niche down on this video, is that once we have a sort of rough idea what we want to create, we need to focus on creating the next video for the same sort of audience, but better. Like, for example, if you are in the niche of discussing camera gear, right? Then focus on discussing camera gear. Don't try to go out and shoot a vlog with the camera that you just bought or you want to promote. Because I understand it works for the creators that you might be following, but you have to take into consideration that when even the creator, the best creator, when they were starting out, they were focusing on one topic and they just doubled down on that topic until they were like comfortable enough to explore, or they had enough money flowing in to try to capture new audience. But for you who's just starting out, your focus should be improving on your craft as well as catering to one single set of audience. Like, it could be as broad as you want, but you cannot just be jumping from one type of thing to another. And that's for the benefit of your channel. Like the 2 things which I said, I'll tell you the benefits for the channel is, the first thing is that you're catering to a smaller set of audience, which would help you gather more subscribers. Because if you post a video about a camera and what you can do with it, the next video you post what else you can achieve with the same camera in a studio environment. The next video you produce, what settings should you be using if you are in an environment where it's too much sunlight or you're in a dark scenario. So what I'm trying to say is, if your video that you first created complements and acts as a foundation for the next video that you create, the next video builds on the previous video you create, you actually catering to an audience who might be interested in that particular camera or in cameras in general. or someone who wants to shoot at daylight, night, or in a studio environment. So what I mean to say is it'll actually help YouTube to reach out to or try to find the right audience for you the quickest way possible. And hence it's in the benefit of your channel for you to create on a single niche. And that's one of the reasons right now I'm just focusing on this type of content where I'm just sharing my thoughts as well as my experience with you in a talking head segment with minimal cinematography, minimal like text as well as infographics shown. And that's the decision which I made. Like, I want to cater to someone like you who are actually keen on learning how to start on YouTube and other platforms like that. When I say YouTube, I mean each social media platform. Obviously, you have to pivot your strategy based on the platform you're targeting, but the overall gist is similar. And moving on to the second point for your channel, which is that it would be easy for you to stay consistent with the type of content you create. But the second point and the third point are interrelated, and the second point serves your channel and the third point serves you. So let's discuss them together. The second point which I wanted to say was that it's beneficial for your channel to be posting consistent content with a higher quality compared to your last video. And let me explain it further, right? So the way your channel would grow is you are catering to the right audience, let's say a set of people, but you're giving them better quality product or better quality video or better information in your next video, which would sort of literally force them to subscribe to the channel, because they would want, if they watched your first video, they liked it, and they came back for the second video, they liked it, they would want to watch the third video and see how you're growing as well. That's like literally human nature to see what happens. It's a curiosity that brings us back, and they would want to know how you would improve on the next video. Like, you literally don't have to say that I'm going to do this to improve, but it's subconsciously they will be able to pick it up. And the second thing which I just mentioned, like, it would be easy for you to stick to a schedule, try to get into a structure of creating a video. Let's say you were doing a talking head like this one. All you need to do in the beginning is figuring out the best setup for you. It could be you sitting in the car and having a one-on-one chat. It could be that you're sitting in your living room. It could be that you're sitting in your bedroom, or whatever that case may be, right? So don't change that. Focus on the other things you can improve, because that way one thing is out of like context. You've got a camera, you know how you set it up in the first video, follow the same steps in the second video, and focus on improving something else. Maybe bring in a light in your studio, or use a better microphone, or the way you're speaking to the camera, as well as a lot of other things which you can improve, including the information that you're delivering. So hence, keeping up to that regular posting schedule is easier when you are just catering to a small batch of audience, focusing on a single niche and not trying to jump or provide too much value at the same time, or especially in the beginning of your content creation journey. Because trust me when I say it, it's a long way to go when it comes to planning for a video, to actually shooting a video, then making sure the video as well as the quality is good enough, and then editing that video and then posting it. So it's a long way to go for you to be able to learn all those steps. So the third point which I wanted to say, which I said would cater to you as a creator more than your channel, was to keeping you stress-free. Like, I understand the level of stress, the level of I think effort that goes into the video depends from person to person, and I don't want to discourage anyone saying that it's a stressful job or things like that. But if you think about it, if you're just starting out on YouTube, just like me maybe, it's not your primary thing. You may be a student, you may be a teacher, maybe a doctor, maybe doing 2 other jobs. So more often than not, YouTube or social media would not be your primary way of earning money. And hence you would want to try to sort of get into a habit of creating videos and not thinking about how you can cater to a different audience in every other video. And hence when I said if you are niching down on creating a content about camera gear, or let's say a makeup tutorial, like you should be doing focusing on, if you're doing makeup tutorials, focus on doing makeup tutorials. Even if you buy a new brand new bag or brand new makeup set, you don't need to share that experience of you going to the shop and buying the makeup kit or whatever. Like you can record it if you really want to, but I would say don't focus on making it to the edit and posting it on the channel, because it will slow down the growth. As I said previously, it's gonna confuse the YouTube algorithm, it's gonna confuse your audience, and hence pinning down on a niche, at least for first 50 videos, is something which will benefit you as well as your schedule, like to save time, to save your mental effort, to save the amount of thought you need to give to go viral or whatever. Because trust me when I say it, I've tried it on my EV channel and I've tried it on this channel as well. That's the thing, right? YouTube got so many creators who are doing so good that it's very easy to get distracted. And I'm talking about certain people who you might be following. Like for example, I follow this guy for Camera Crisis, and there's two Camera Crisis. One is just called Camera Crisis, and the other one is called Camera Crisis by Mark or something like that. And I follow both of them, and they're so good at doing what they do, but they're very distinct in delivering that information about the cameras. And as a new creator who wants to be in that field, gets inspired by them and that confused about which one I should create, and then doubts that whatever I'm creating is not good enough. Hence, I had to take the step back for myself to actually get good enough to deliver the information, deliver and articulate the value, because that's my intent, and that was one of the things which I wanted to do either way. Because my experiences with my cameras is way different than what maybe Camera Crisis Mark or the other Camera Crisis or Dana Dunnett or all the other camera creators out there. Because what they are doing is, or what they have been doing is forever being in the camera and tech, and it's easy for them to sort of articulate something which they think, oh, it's so easy, you just change the profile to this and that and you would get that S-Log3, S-Log2 or whatever. But for me, as a creator who just started my journey a couple of years back and literally started learning how to color grade this week or this month, it's very different when it comes to the value that I can provide to you, especially if you're starting. Because my experiences, my hurdles, my problems that I solved with my camera gear would be more relevant to today's, I think, people who are trying to create. And hence, my intent or the value that I wanted to provide was more to do with sharing my experiences with my cameras, so you don't have to go through the same troubles, and actually give you the quickest way to figuring out a setting on a particular camera which I own for you to be able to create a video that you want to create. So saying that, if you are someone who's actually looking to create certain type of content, let's say you want to do vlogs or you want to do I believe a studio type of content, or do makeup tutorial or whatever the case might be, reach out to me in comments if you want to know what would be my recommendation as far as the camera is concerned, as far as the camera settings is concerned, or even the lighting in the room or the mic you use. So essentially, if you have any confusions about how to shoot a video, how to focus on the right aspect of video creation or content creation, then yeah, feel free to reach out. I'll be more than happy to cover that in the next upcoming videos, or even refer to a video that maybe I learned from, so you don't have to go through all the YouTube jargon which is out there, and you would be able to sort of get to the results quicker. So yeah, I believe that's all I wanted to share, that focusing on a niche, focusing on one type of video, one type of delivery could be very beneficial. And I actually am very relieved when I moved away from trying to fit in more B-rolls on my videos, as well as doing a lot with both the channels. Because as I said, I do have another channel where I talk about my cars, and that channel caters to a very different audience. So getting all that sorted in my schedule, where I work full time, I'm a new parent, or should I say I'm a parent to a toddler, so it just brings more complexity in my life and my schedule. So getting down to this level where I'm just talking to you guys, it's just so relaxing, because I can share what I'm thinking, I can share my experience, but not getting stressed over how I need to edit it.